Welcome everyone, it's Johnny2B here,
and Hopeless Romance.
and we bring our fine fan fiction of My Lion King 3, Simba's Pride in the Next Generation, Chapter 2, Gone Missing and Captured Part 2.
Music done by John Barry, Jerry Martin, John Lennon, Paul McCartney of the Beatles.
Yes, all art belongs to you, and here we go with Chapter 2, Gone Missing and Captured Part 2. The next morning, the Pride woke up to sound of arguing. Seraphina somehow got a hold of a bottle of Jack Daniel's Old No. 7 whiskey and was fighting Rafiki over it. Rafiki knew that alcohol was good for cleaning wounds, but Seraphina didn't care. She had already drank a quarter bottle and wanted more of that liquor, and fast.
It's mine, monkey. Finders keepers, Seraphina said, clutching the bottle with obsessive determination. It's mine, monkey. Finders keepers.
Seraphina, this is not yours. It's Rafiki's for the medical purpose of cleaning wounds. Besides, Rafiki found it from the aeroplane, and Rafiki needs it. The bamboo and mandarin hybrid said wisely.
No, monkey. I found it unattended. I don't care what you think, so it's mine.
Seraphina, this is not for drinking. If you don't have it, you're gonna have a nasty bump on your head.
Oh yeah? Well, I'll smack you so hard, you'll wish you were never born, the half-inbred lioness snarled.
Why you? Rafiki was about to smack Seraphina with a stick when Nala heard the yelling and stopped her nursing and padded over to the arguing. Mom? Rafiki? What's going on here? Nala asked in a soft tone.
Nala, dear, please tell me this stupid monkey. I found this bottle of, what do you call it? Liquor, right? Seraphina said, looking at her daughter with unfocused eyes.
Rafiki looked at her sternly. Nala, you tell your mother that Rafiki found this bottle from the aeroplane, and Rafiki needs liquor for fixing scrapes, the mandrill said angrily, glaring distastefully at the alcoholic queen mother. Nala sighed, looking up her diplomatic, troubled mother, sadly. Mom, you heard him. He needs the liquor for healing, so if you can't have it, you can't have it. Besides, I don't want you drinking any liquor today anyway. I need you to hunt tonight, and I don't want you to have to deal with one plastered lioness staggering all over the savannah while we're hunting.
Seraphina gasped, highly offended. Nala, that's no way to talk to your mother. You're grounded.
Nala sighed again in exasperation. Mom, you can't do that anymore. I'm an adult now and the queen, so you must listen to me, she said sternly.
Fine, honey. I'm gonna sunbathe since I can't drink, Seraphina said bitterly, walking off in a huff. Just remember that I raised you too, Seraphina grumbled as she left to go sunbathing.
Nala shook her head, slightly amused and annoyed, and the brief spat went on back, and then went back to Nurse Kiara. Rafiki took the bottle to attend the wounded as Mitu and Ashanti approached Nala and informed that they were going on their honeymoon vacation.
Hey, me too. How are you, little bro? Nala hugged her brother warmly.
Fine. fine, sis. How's my little sister? Where's that go? Me2 said, looking down at Kiara as he was choking out.
Nala smiled, nuzzling her daughter warmly. Kiara's just fine, aren't you? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Nala said, speaking to Kiara in baby talk. For the first time, a smile cracked across the young cub's face. Oh, she smiled, Ashanti said cheerfully. She sure did, Me2 agreed, looking down at his niece adoringly. Yes, Kiara's first smile, Nala sighed. She looked up, wondering why Me2 had come over in the first place. So, bro, what's on your mind?
Well, Ashanti and I are informing you that we are taking our honeymoon vacation. We'll be back in 3 or 4 weeks. Nala's eyes brightened curiously.
Oh, where are you two going? Nala asked.
Ashanti spoke first. Well, first we're visiting my parents for a bit. Oh, please help me, please help me. Nala could plainly see the taste of disgust on Me2's face as the prospect of meeting the in-laws. And then we're going to the jungle where you and Simba grew up.
Well, that should be fun. Just let me give you some advice about the jungle before you leave, Nala said. Nala whispered in Ashanti's ear briefly, and then wished Me2 and Ashanti good luck before hugging them both goodbye.
Back in the Outlands, Vitania woke to her new home in the sound of a baby crying. She looked around Termite Mountain. She didn't know what to do when she woke up, and she couldn't help but hear the loud Kovu crying. Vitania was busy quieting her brother down when she noticed 2 lionesses, one younger than the other, walk in.
Vitania's demeanor brightened when she saw the 2 lionesses she recognized. Tama, Spotty, I thought I would never see you again. Vitani, boy, are we glad to see you. We are here to help you adjust to your new life, Spotty said coldly, acting as if she had been trained to repeat those words from memory. She was acting too brainwashed for this to be normal. Unbeknownst to the lions, you see, Vitani's guilt was for naught. Coppa was alive. He had survived his fall, only to be captured by a naturalist.
A naturalist found the unconscious cub at the bottom of the waterfall and had brought the cub back to the research facility in Kruger National Park in South Africa. The researchers and vets studied him in his unconscious state briefly before shipping him off and bounced between zoos.
Unfortunately, Coppa had no idea what a zoo was. He could only spend a few moments. He spent awake peering out of a shipping crate, wondering where the hell he was and what was going on. He was regularly given tranquilizers to keep him unconscious until he arrived at his destination, Brooklyn Zoo.
Coppa woke, but very groggy, in the middle of the night, surrounded by weird howling noises and lights everywhere from the distance of a strange new world. He slowly got to his feet, looking around wide-eyed with curiosity. He could see much in the darkness, with a lot of lights of what he could never seen before. But all he hear was all sorts of animal sounds and walking on short grass, unlike the ones he known in Africa. The strange objects in the background were kind of terrifying at first, but he didn't know what to do. But he just walked around to look around his surroundings.
Until he caught the scent of meat. Right in front of him was a large steak, courtesy of Morton's Steakhouse in downtown Brooklyn. Coppa didn't know that. He just knew there was a fresh piece of meat in front of him. Where am I? What is this type of meat that is? What is this place? He thought as he continued to observe his surroundings.
You're in the Brooklyn Zoo, kid. A silver-tanned, pitch-black wolf with electric green eyes said as he approached the edge of the enclosure where Coppa was. You're in the Brooklyn Zoo, kid, said the voice in the darkness. Coppa spun around to see a pitch-black wolf with streaks of silver and fur and electric green eyes approaching the edge of the enclosure.
Where? What are you?
I'm a timber wolf. You can call me Strike. This is Brooklyn, a borough in a human city called New York, Strike explained.
about back there were dead in an airplane.
That's Airplane Kid. So, you're from Africa. I was born in the U.S. My mother was captured and died when I was only 3 weeks old.
Strike snorted. That's an Airplane Kid, so you're from Africa. I was born here in the U.S. My mother was captured and died when I was only 3 weeks old, he said rather casually, so that it was something he rarely thought about. Oh, I see. Well, I don't know much about wolves, or where I'm for that matter, but I would like to go home now, Coppa said with a touch of panic in his voice.
Sorry, kid, but you live here now.
But my mom and dad...
Kid, just shut it and eat your steak, Strike said sharply, obviously annoyed.
What? Coppa said in confusion.
Strike was kind of getting annoyed. The New York cut a steak in front of you. The piece of meat.
I've never heard of it. They don't have any zebra or antelope?
Kids, humans can't afford to feed you what they normally eat, so make do what you got and go back to sleep, Strike said before turning around.
Okay, but I have more questions for you.
Strike spun around, obviously tried to, as he was extremely irritated at this point. Lion Coppa was really getting on his nerves. Kid, you've got a lot to learn, he barked as he walked into the darkness into his own enclosure. Once he had left, Coppa walked over to the steak curiously, taking a large bite out of it and biting up instantly, whatever, and gobbling it down, whatever it was very tasty.
Wow, this is better than wildebeest.
Kid, shut up and go to sleep, yelled Strike. Coppa silently finished the steak and laid back down in the short grass, staring at the smog-blurred sky.
A single tear ran down his face as he wondered if he would ever find home again.
And that, my friends, is Chapter 2, Gone Missing and Captured, Part 2 of My Lion King 3, The Simba's Pride of the Next Generation. I'm Johnny 2B.
And I'm Hopeless Romance.
And all music belongs to John Barry, Lennon McCartney, The Beatles, and...
Jerry Martin.
Jerry Martin. Thank you and have a good night.